Hey, what's up? This is Rodney and I'm back, and I just wanted to make a quick video over Big Brother. So basically, this is going to be really fast because honestly, I watched the last two episodes, but before that, I was kind of in and out of it. Big Brother, it just became repetitive. The whole house against Cody and Jessica, and I don't even too much care for Cody and Jessica, but it was just basically like the same episode every week. Josh walking around the house, banging pots and pans. Cody and Jessica laying outside. And that's basically what it was. So basically, Jessica got her ass evicted last night. Let me just say this. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Jessica is a goddamn fool. Jessica walked into that house on a mission to win 500. Girl, they might as well just start calling Big Brother the Bachelorette and the Bachelor. Because that's what it's basically turned into. At the end of the day, we can pretty much agree that Jessica is not an ugly girl. Physically, the girl is bad. Let's just give her props on that. She may be a goddamn fool, but she bad. So I just refuse to believe that Jessica has had any problems in life when it comes to dating or getting a man or men being interested in her. Now, they may be only interested in her because of her looks or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But I just refuse to believe that Jessica's had a hard time getting attention from men. So, when you get into this house, and of course, you come across this guy like Cody, you fall goo-goo gaga in love with him, I just don't understand it. I just cannot. I have been saying this since day one, and I'm going to keep saying it next week, next year, next season. I don't understand how these people get in this house, and I understand that they are turned off. I mean, you know, they don't have any access to the outside world. And how they just become so in love with... I mean, I understand you don't have access to the outside world. And I understand that the only thing you can do is talk to somebody so you can get to know somebody very, very quickly. But with that being said, girl, I just don't get it. I still don't get it. Bitch, I came in this house to win $500,000. Get the fuck out of my face. Now, if you want to go have some Chipotle and have a drink after I win this $500,000, then that's fine. But right now, girl, I don't have time to be laid up with you. So Jessica got her ass evicted. She basically saved Cody to get her ass evicted. And the truth of the matter is, for me, I was talking to one of my coworkers. I was talking to two of my coworkers. One of my coworkers said that they feel as though it didn't matter if Jessica stayed or not because they was going to gun after her. And I saw my other coworker was on the same page as me. I think that if Cody would have went home, if they would have put her on the block this week, she could have used her hex. She would have been safe another week. But even with that being said, if Cody would have gotten out the house, I don't even think they would have been worried about Jessica. I honestly don't. Because remember the last time when Cody got evicted? I think that they were basically like, well, Paul was basically like how Jessica's not on his radar anymore. I think they would have started going after the other couples. But I don't know. Josh. Let me talk about Josh real fast. Josh is a follower. As much as I try to like Josh, as much as I try and understand Josh, I always come back to I don't like Josh. I think I dislike Josh more than I like Cody and Jessica. And the truth of the matter is, let's just keep it 100. The whole situation, from what I remember, now correct me if I'm wrong, from what I remember, the whole situation started, it stemmed from when they were supposed to vote out Christmas, and the vote came 8-3, and then they got mad at Josh, like Josh was the only motherfucker who voted Jillian out the house, and that's how the whole thing got started. I still don't understand why they were just mad at Josh, and not mad at the 8 people who voted Jillian out. So that's how the whole thing got started. At this point, I'm with Cody, and I've said this from the beginning. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's hard to sit here and keep saying, this is a game, this is a game, this is a game. It becomes more than a game when you walk around this house banging pots and pans in my motherfucking face. Now, if you want to lie and do all that shit, okay, fine, whatever. But when every time I look up, you saying some smart-ass, sly-ass shit, every time I look up, you making noises, it becomes annoying. And the truth of the matter is, in the real world, if a motherfucker was walking around you banging pots and pans and talking shit, they would have probably got their ass whooped a long time ago. I don't understand how how Paul has so much control over Josh. Anytime Paul tells Josh to do something, that motherfucker will get up and run. Girl, I'm not here for Josh. I'm not here for his answers. And then when he does shit, this passive aggressiveness this is Josh. Even when Jessica started with Josh, Jessica was like, "Can you spell drought?" Josh should have been at that point like, "Girl, fuck you." That's what I would have said. But no, do you know what Josh say? Josh would go outside, talk to everybody else, then tell them what Jessica say. I don't know how much time went by before he decided to go back in the house and say something. So then Paul says you should have told her to spell evicted. Then he gets up and runs in the house and says, Jessica, spell evicted. Like at this point, girl, it's pretty much over. Like, yes, Jessica said something to you. You should have said something back at that moment. But you didn't. And so now it looks like you being messy. And what is that on my ceiling? Is that a fly? Girl, hold up. I got flies and shit all in my goddamn apartment. Anyways, so I lost my train of thought. Shit. Anyways, I'm at this point, I'm sick and tired of Big Brother. I'm happy Jessica win or Cody win, anybody, well, Jessica win. Because at this point, it was the same thing to me, the house against Jessica and Cody. I want Cody to go, honestly, just so we can get down to the real nitty gritty to see who's going to start really turning their back on who. Because right now, everybody, it's just easy just to go after Cody. And Cody, let me say something, baby. Cody is crazy. Cody is crazy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Cody reminds me of, you remember Grey's Anatomy? Do y'all watch Grey's Anatomy? Grey's Anatomy, when Christina dated the military guy, and then one night, he used to have flashbacks and shit. And one night, girl, one night he reached over and choked the shit out that bitch in the middle of her sleeping. That's what Cody gives me. I'm not trying to be funny. I know Cody fought for the country, but baby, Cody gives me crazy teeth. I talk a lot of shit, but I would not want to fuck with Cody. Cody look like he could probably break your fucking neck with one motherfucking finger. Like, Josh, you might want to sit your ass down, because Cody ain't the one, baby. Cody give me like he can choke, like he can kill you in 2.3 seconds with a pinky finger. Hello? Girl, I'm not fucking with no motherfucking Cody. Cody is crazy. And he controlling. Girl, I'm telling y'all better watch out for these signs. When Jessica was sitting down trying to talk to Josh, Cody was like, "We're done talking to you. We're done talking to you." Girl, but she was talking to him. How you gonna talk for both of y'all? She told Josh she told Josh you can go ahead and sit down. But let me say this much. I completely understand why Cody and Jessica hated Josh. Because at the end of the day, baby, these are grown-ass people. And Josh, I'm tired of talking about Josh. I'm gone, y'all. Hopefully Big Brother gets better, because I'm sick and tired of these motherfuckers. It's the same thing every week. Since Jessica gone now, maybe she can go back to parking cars, whatever she did. But I need for them to give me something different. This whole everybody going after Jessica and Cody is just whack. And them hoes gonna look up and Paul gonna win. I'm gonna keep saying that every week until Paul get his ass evicted. Paul gonna win. Them hoes is dumb.